So in this video, we're going to break down a clip of Ted Lasso, where Ted Lasso has just been attacked by a good friend of his, and he's being questioned about it in a public interview. And it's a perfect expression of what happens when somebody is non-defensive and the strength and power in being non-defensive and keeping your heart open.
Next question. And if it is, why is a giraffe wearing a top hat? Don't ask me, man. Go ask a giraffe.
Coach.
Yeah, Marcus.
Marcus Adebayo, The Independent.
Woo! Congrats on the new gig.
Thank you.
What do you got for me?
Do you have any response to the comments made earlier today by your former assistant coach, Nathan Shelley?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a second. So what's cool there is there's an actual moment where the actor allows the sadness in. What's happening typically when we get defensive, when somebody attacks us and we get defensive, is the attack happens and then there's a feeling that we don't want to feel, maybe a hurt or a fear or a frustration, even an anger. And we think what we're doing is we're defending against what the person's saying, but really what we're doing is defending against the emotion that we're having. And you got to see just for a minute there that Ted Lasso actually has sadness in his eyes and he's allowing himself to feel it. And what I notice is one of the things when people are like, oh, I don't want to be as defensive as much, the idea that they have is, oh, I'm going to stop being defensive. But that doesn't work because it's just another stopping. First, you're going to stop the emotion that you're having. And now you're going to stop being defensive, which is stopping a secondary emotion. And to really unwind defensiveness, what needs to happen is you have to allow the emotion to stop stopping stuff and to actually start allowing yourself to feel stuff. And so he did that, which is really great. So let's keep going and see what he does next.
I thought it was hilarious. I mean, he came and got him, didn't he? No doubt about that. Hey, but that's Nate the Great for you. You know, he's the same way on the pitch. You know, he'll find the tiniest little weakness in a team and just want to attack that. Yeah. I mean, he's a junkyard dog, man. And smart. They're real lucky to have him over there at West Ham. I wish him the best of luck.
So I've seen this happen where people use it as a tactic and people say it with authenticity. So he's being asked, oh, hey, this person that you care about just attacked you. It seems like it's a genuine, hey, like, yeah, he's doing what he does. He's really smart. He knows how to attack a weakness. He's trying to attack our weakness. And if it's done genuinely, if there's an actual like, oh yeah, I can see the wisdom in what they're saying. I can see the wisdom of what this person is saying instead of getting defensive. And I can acknowledge that. Something happens where all of a sudden you're stronger. You can immediately feel in the room like, oh, wow, that other person seems like a complete dick and weak because they had to attack somebody. And I'm strong because I don't need to. I can admit, oh, yeah, there's a way that that's true. And in that, you become impervious to the attack. So there's a lot of great studies about this in bullying in schools where when a kid is getting attacked, it's really what it is a power struggle. And if they don't react, right, so you're a dweeb. If they're like, oh yeah, I'm a dweeb, then the bullying stops. They might have to do it 2 or 3 or 4 times, but the bullying stops. As soon as they resist, then this person feels like they have power over them and they'll keep on bullying.
I guess I'm a little surprised that's all you could come up with. Especially against me. You know, not one joke about me being a dumb American. Come on, man. Sitting there. I mean, I'm so dumb. Y'all supposed to say, how dumb are you? Gary?
Why?
Well, I mean, it's just classic joke structure. Give it a shot. I mean, I'm so dumb. Lloyd?
How dumb are you?
Okay. Well, I'm so dumb that the first time I heard y'all talking about Yorkshire pudding, I thought it was a fancy word y'all had for dog poop. Yeah. I mean, I'm so dumb.
How dumb are you?
Yeah, all right, well, you know. Well, whenever I text someone over here about money, I still spell pounds LBS.
Okay. It's a beautiful, if not dramatic animated version of this. But let's say you're in a fight with your husband or wife and they're attacking you. And you say, no, that's not true. you're wrong, that's bad in response, like you get defensive, then you feel like you're protecting yourself. But in actuality, what you're doing is having the other person feel attacked, right? You feel like you're saying, I'm not wrong. They feel like you're saying that they're wrong. And so the argument continues. But if you can stop for a second and say, oh, hey, I can see how you're right about this. I get that point. Then all of a sudden, they don't feel attacked. They actually can feel heard. And you can actually see something about yourself that maybe you don't want to admit, right? Because anytime that we're getting defensive, there's something that we aren't feeling, some thought that we have that makes us feel a certain way that we don't want to admit to ourselves. And so you're actually learning to take some part of yourself that you aren't willing to love or accept, and learning how to accept it. So most people, when they hear this, they're like, wait, hold on a second. I need to defend myself because they're wrong, right? They're telling me that I'm stupid and I'm not stupid, right? This guy's doing it right now. He's like, I'm so dumb, but he's clearly not dumb, right? If you look at the strategy or the way he's handling this, he's clearly has a lot of human intelligence. He's clearly is quick-witted. He clearly can make a joke of himself. By making a joke of himself, he's showing the world that he doesn't really particularly care about somebody else's quips. And so he's clearly not dumb, but he's sitting there admitting that he is dumb, because we are all dumb. Every single person has done something stupid. When you're saying, no, I have to be defensive, what you're saying is like, no, I'm not dumb. Well, he's not dumb. Great. But we're also all dumb. And so if you can actually accept all parts of yourself, there's nothing to defend. There's so much freedom in that. Freedom isn't gotten by other people's reaction to you. Freedom is gotten by you accepting yourself. Oh yeah, I am dumb. I can accept that part of myself as well. And that's where your freedom actually lies.
Look, man, I'm not a great coach. Probably ain't. You know, I've been doing this sport now for 3 years, and I still get a chuckle every time someone talks about a handball violation. And not one crack about my appearance? About this mustache? I look like Ned Flanders is doing cosplay as Ned Flanders. I mean, when I talk, it sounds like Dr. Phil hasn't gone through puberty yet. Yeah. I'm more corny than Kevin Costner's outfield. Ooh, I lost you on that one. Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. Field of Dreams? No? I guess y'all don't really like baseball here, so why would you like movies about it? Well, hey, how about this one? Regarding my panic attacks, I've had more psychotic episodes than Twin Peaks.
So now he's doing something that's really like taking the cake in the fact that he's now making fun of himself for stuff that hasn't even been approached by the other person, which is basically saying, look, you're not particularly able to hurt me. I will accept myself. And so to some degree, there's this great phrase that says, if somebody hurts you, it requires your agreement, that you have to agree to be hurt. And that was an incredibly hard thing for me to admit to myself. Obviously, somebody can punch you in the face and you can get hurt, but as far as emotionally be hurt, there is some agreement. You have to agree that the part of you that they're calling bad or wrong is bad and wrong. And if you don't agree with that, if you're like, yeah, that's how I am, this is human, this is how we all are, and I don't have to beat myself up for that, I don't have to flog myself for that, then that's actually makes you incredibly strong. And it's done through vulnerability. It isn't done through, being armored. And it's a beautiful, I think that my favorite phrase on this is a Taoist phrase. And it says, if you're attacked by a sword, be the ocean, right? It doesn't matter how sharp the sword is, how strong the sword is. If it's attacking the ocean, it makes no difference at all. And you're watching that happen. And it only comes through self-acceptance.
I mean, I'm so crazy. I'm crazy. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And that mirror it's the funniest thing is that last piece is the guy who attacked him now having to look in the mirror of himself. And that's the amazing thing, right? If you attack back, if you defend yourself and the person feels attacked, then they can keep on making it about you. You can still be the problem. You can be the one to blame. But if you are defenseless, if you can say, oh, hey, yeah, I can totally see the truth in what you're saying, then they have nothing to attack anymore but themselves.